Dear child, I implore you to stop all activities and focus on me. I have been eagerly awaiting the opportunity to share with you information that will change your perspective on the future and yourself. You've spent your days trying to answer a question that you can't get right. You have been hesitant to ask this question aloud because you are afraid that the answer will confirm all of your negative self-perceptions. That inquiry has been whispering to you during times of solitude. It followed you like a shadow through each stage of your life, keeping you awake while others slept. Here's the question: is my life truly important? Is there a genuine reason why I exist? Is it possible that I am only occupying space in a universe that will continue to revolve indefinitely in my absence? I am here to provide a definitive response to that inquiry, and my response will dispel any misconceptions you may have about your significance. This message is for those who are courageous. This message is intended for people who continue with their daily routines despite their desire to stay at home. That is an extremely courageous act. That was a bold decision. That is the spirit I instilled in you before you took your first breaths. I am currently observing you and am well aware of the burden you have been carrying. I understand the feeling of being overburdened with a slew of responsibilities for an extended period of time, to the point where you were concerned that your back would fail. I am aware of the persistent thoughts that prevent your body from receiving adequate rest. You have been burdened by the belief that there is nothing you can do to stop the decline of everything. I recall those moments when you were unsure whether you could continue. Additionally, I'd like to express my confidence in your continued presence as you continue to listen and persevere. I chose you for several compelling reasons. Pay close attention to the words I say. I chose you because of the many possible outcomes. I specifically chose you for a mission that you are uniquely capable of completing. This wasn't an accident. It was not an error. The universe did not make a mistake when creating you. I existed indefinitely before the beginning of time. I said yes at the time. I thought about your life, personality, specific experiences and challenges, and the unique combination of strengths and weaknesses that define you. At the time, I stated your goal: to carry out this component of my mission. Before the mountains formed, the oceans reached their full depths, and the stars discovered their positions in the sky. I was thinking about you. I meticulously organized every aspect of your life with the same care and attention to detail that an artist would use to create a masterpiece. Your goals, anxieties, tears, smiles, and amusement. Your entire life was designed with purpose. I am not prone to making mistakes, and you are no exception. These words describe my goals for your life. I now reaffirm all of my plans for your future, as you hear my voice speak directly to your heart. They have been attempting to persuade you that my plan was flawed, that something went wrong along the way, and that you have deviated too far from my intended course of action to ever return to it. These claims are incorrect. Each of them is a meticulously planned ruse intended to entice you to abandon your pursuit before you reach your goal. I will persist in taking the same course of action for you. There were no changes as a result of your errors. My plan is still valid, regardless of your failure. Its significance is not diminished by your uncertainties. I believe that other people's actions are unlikely to jeopardize my plans. I'll never change, disassemble, or cancel my plans. They existed in heavenly regions before the beginning of time and will manifest on earth before the end of time. Nothing can prevent me from carrying out these plans. I am unable to retract the statements I have made. I am capable of carrying out my obligation without any difficulty. I am holding your hand while I give you step-by-step instructions. It is unnecessary for you to investigate the entire path ahead. It is unnecessary to anticipate every upcoming turn and twist. Please have the assurance to proceed to the next step and the one after that. Running a marathon is not required at this time. I'd appreciate it if you could take an extra step. I implore you to continue to have faith in me for another day. I want you to have faith in me, even if the circumstances around you seem to indicate otherwise. The unknown has been one of the most difficult parts of this journey. I am aware of that. It is natural to be curious about upcoming events. It is critical to conduct research on the destination before making a travel decision. You require assurances, certainty, and unambiguous maps showing your destination and estimated travel time. Nonetheless, faith does not operate in this way. Faith is the act of moving forward when one's position is uncertain. Faith is the act of trusting my voice when you can't see my face. Faith is the ability to believe that I am good, despite the fact that your actions appear to contradict my claims about myself. By working together, we can overcome any obstacles to your advancement. I will work with you to address any potential concerns. It was never intended for you to fight in these battles alone. It was never intended for you to shoulder these responsibilities alone. I created you to build relationships, forge connections, and collaborate. When you feel like you are going to drown, I will reach out and lift you above the waves. When you are feeling overwhelmed by your problems, I take on the most important responsibility. I am not some distant deity who observes your anguish. I am not simply taking notes and observing your problem-solving techniques. I am an active participant in your life, contributing in every way, fighting alongside you in every conflict, and genuinely concerned about the outcome of each. I am also affected by your pain. Your tears have had a profound effect on me. If you succeed, I will be pleased with you. If you fall, I'll be there to help you recover. This goes beyond mere faith. It is the essence of relationships. Prior to your birth, I was excited to participate in this type of communion with you. I will work with you to overcome challenges and defeat our adversaries. Currently, it appears that there are insurmountable obstacles. Certain walls' tops are imperceptible. You've already convinced yourself that you'll lose because of the sheer number of opponents and their immense strength. Nonetheless, you have frequently ignored my recommendations, instead focusing on your own resources, strengths, and ability to overcome this obstacle. You are aware of its inadequacy because you have conducted the calculations. Your argument is convincing. It is impossible to rely entirely on one's own strength. Nonetheless, everything changes when I transfer my strength to you. I have defeated all of the opponents you will face in your life. I have successfully overcome every challenge you will face. I have successfully overcome all possible future obstacles that you may encounter. Furthermore, our mutual interdependence means that my successes are your successes. What I overcame, you will also overcome. Your triumph becomes my victory. The resolution of your dispute is already guaranteed. When you enter combat, you already have an advantage. The spirit realm has already settled the conflict. Currently, we can only observe it in its natural environment. The fight and perseverance will not end. We will not back down. We will not back down. We will not give up and assume that defeat is the end, because the purpose for which I placed you in this world will be fulfilled. Failure to realize this is not an option. This isn't a prayer. We will not simply observe events as they occur. It is a commitment backed by my character, strength, and unwavering determination to complete the task I have assigned to you. My appeal to perseverance does not emphasize human determination based solely on willpower. That level of resolve fades over time. That fortitude diminishes with time. Ultimately, This level of resolve leads to a series of disappointments. When all signs point to skepticism and the need to question one's faith, please persevere with the divine determination that comes from my spirit within you. Your presence on earth has a purpose. Your existence is not due to a biological accident or chance. Your name was written in my book before the world formed, the first star appeared, and the oceans gathered. I was acquainted with you. I personally noticed your presence. I had a plan for you. Your life was always going to be part of my plan. You have consistently played an important role in my story. I have always had feelings for you. I have been thinking about you on a regular basis. Please take that into consideration for a moment. I thought about you before time ran out. Prior to the availability of space, I was developing strategies for you. Prior to any other event, you were already a beloved child in my heart, and I was looking forward to your arrival. Life isn't an afterthought. There is no other strategy for this situation. It's not a backup. Despite the fact that God could have created anything else, His main goal was to create you. I had feelings for you before your birth. I could already imagine the day when your eyes would open and you would see glimmers of my divine light. The process of revealing myself to you, establishing communication, and beginning the relationship I had planned for you has evolved over time. Each moment of your lives has allowed you to gain a better understanding of one another, forge a stronger bond, and reveal the essence of our shared identity. I did not develop feelings for you when you began to believe in me. I did not ask you to do or refrain from doing anything to show how much I care about you. I've always harbored feelings for you. I cherished you before you took any positive or negative actions or decisions. Despite the circumstances, I had feelings for you. I treasured the knowledge that I was aware of every action you took or did not take. However, my inherent nature caused me to harbor feelings for you. Love is the core of my being. My actions are based on the fact that things do not change. I am aware that your uncertainties have prompted you to pose questions that you have never before addressed. You're beginning to wonder where I was during the most catastrophic period. You're beginning to wonder if I was truly present during the most agonizing moments of your pain. I do not believe it is inappropriate for you to ask these candid questions, as they allow me to reveal a larger portion of my heart. I am delighted with the opportunity to respond to your inquiries. It is understandable that you are feeling so uncertain. I understand why you're concerned about those inquiries. You expected me to prevent specific incidents, but I failed to do so. You believed that I would protect you from some of the pain, but you continued to feel it. You asked that I respond to specific prayers in a specific way, but my responses did not meet your expectations. I understand how that could cause feelings of abandonment. I understand how this could be perceived as betrayal. This has led me to understand why some people may question my authenticity. When did you experience pain, and where was I? I felt closer to you than you had anticipated. I held back your tears as you wept silently in the darkness. When you felt abandoned by those who were supposed to care for you, I held you in my arms. When you thought you couldn't get through the pain, I was infusing life into your lungs and strengthening your bones. I've never neglected you. I've never abandoned you. I focused my attention on your distress. I've never been absent from your life. Without my presence, you would have been unable to breathe, your heart would have stopped beating, and you would not have been able to endure a single second. I've been by your side through good and bad times. I was present for your most significant victories and devastating defeats. When you felt alone, I was present, and you felt my presence strongly. It's unnecessary for you to be aware of my presence. Your thoughts about my proximity to you are irrelevant. I am constantly present, regardless of whether you can see me. Nonetheless, specific events occurred as a result of my ability to see what you couldn't. It was clear that stress would have an effect on you. It was clear to me that adversity would strengthen you. I could see how the anguish would help you develop empathy and compassion. No, I did not mean to penalize you. I didn't ignore your existence. I was purifying you in the same way that gold is purified in a furnace. By removing everything that was unnecessary, I ensured that what remained was pure, beautiful, and precious. The refining process is never enjoyable. Skimming impurities from the surface is an unpleasant experience for anyone. The period when the fire intensifies and the pressure rises is unpleasant. However, there is no other method for purifying gold. The diamond's value is not realized until the Earth's weight applies pressure to it. Steel must be heated, hammered, and shaped to gain strength. It's understandable that this would be difficult to comprehend during a difficult time. Once the discomfort has passed and one's perspective has improved, it is simple to discuss recovery and purpose. Nonetheless, it is difficult to believe that something positive can come from a tragedy when you are in the furnace, flames piercing your skin, and everything around you is on fire. As a result, I want to assure you that I have not forgotten about you, despite the difficulties you are currently experiencing. No, my strategy has not failed. The story does not end at this point. You would not be hearing these words if your story was complete. If my strategy had failed, I would not be encouraging you. You would not have felt a glimmer of hope while listening to this message if I had abandoned you. I have never and will never lose faith in you, as evidenced by your continued presence, which demonstrates your ability to listen, hope, and believe even when things appear impossible. The enemy has put substantial pressure on you to surrender. He has been speaking to you in your ear when you are feeling weak, giving you reasons to give up. He has been recounting the times when you were unable to achieve your objectives, made mistakes, or failed to become the person you aspired to be. He has been using your memories to his advantage, transforming them into instruments designed to undermine your faith and optimism. He's been watching you for quite some time. He is aware of your behavior. He is aware of your vulnerabilities. He knows exactly when you're most likely to believe his lies and follow his orders. He can make statements that make you doubt your own abilities. The topics he discusses are intended to elicit feelings of regret in you. He has the ability to exploit your fears in order to persuade you to avoid all of the tasks I've assigned. However, I am here to inform you that your adversary is deceiving you. He has been deceitful his entire life and will continue to be so in the future. He is not being completely honest. He isn't entirely correct when he says you're worthless. He is not entirely truthful when he says your situation is hopeless. He's not entirely correct when he accuses me of abandoning you. He is not entirely correct when he says that your most prosperous years are behind you and that only difficult times lie ahead. He repeats all of his statements in order to get something from you. He is determined to deflate your optimism. He tries to erode your faith. He intends to deny you happiness. He intends to make you feel guilty. He wants to expose your vulnerabilities. He seeks to deprive you of your security. He intends to deprive you of everything I've given you, leaving you depleted, bereaved, and defeated. Nonetheless, he is unable to overlook your refusal to give up your rights. Nothing that he tries to steal will reach you. He is incapable of destroying what I am determined to protect. It is true that I have some very exciting plans for you. It is true that your current circumstances do not determine your future. In reality, I am using techniques that are imperceptible to you in order to achieve results that are beyond your comprehension. The truth is that I'm using the very thing the enemy intended to destroy to elevate you. It is true that the events you witnessed are part of a larger story of redemption and restoration that will astound you once you understand how everything is interconnected. I have exceptional storytelling skills. Since the beginning of time, I, the divine author, have been writing the story of history. I have the ability to compile the most difficult aspects of a story, such as the painful sections, perplexing plot twists, and heartbreaking setbacks, in a way that is both beneficial to my people and honors my name. Your accounts are identical. Your anguish was not in vain. Your efforts are not in vain. This data is being compiled into a testimony for the benefit of future generations. I implore you to speak out immediately against these fabrications. I'd appreciate it if you could endorse the concept of heaven. I encourage you to say this truth in your heart. Amen. Avoid using this term in informal settings. Use it to indicate that you will no longer tolerate the enemy's deceptions. Your anchor should be the word Amen, a public statement that you would rather accept my truth than his lies. As you reaffirm this truth, remember that angels listen when a child of God advocates for it. I chose you for this particular moment in history. Please take that into consideration for a moment. I've brought you here for a specific reason, despite the fact that you could have been born and lived anywhere else. The world needs exactly what you have to offer. The challenges you face are not meant to be discouraging. They are intended to identify areas where you can make a significant impact. If you see the state of disarray, you are encouraged to participate in the resolution process. If you haven't already done so, now is the time to prepare your spirit. Make sure to stay in touch with the source of your breakthrough. Each message I send you is part of the prophetic puzzle. Each word I give you is the key to the next level. Avoid exposing yourself to the risk of becoming disconnected prior to my arduous relocation. Before proceeding, I would like you to mobilize your faith in anticipation of the events that will unfold. Spiritual preparation can help you stay aligned. Confirm this truth within yourself. My breakthrough is approaching. Please refrain from expressing any expectation or hope that my breakthrough will occur. Declare it with certainty. Interpret it as a message for your personal life and record it. As you speak these words, your mouth echoes my assurances. The purpose of these words is to describe the mountains that are impeding your progress. You are requesting that I carry out all of my plans for you. You are now prepared, as the wait is over. Anticipation has increased your level of readiness. You are now more resilient as a result of the struggle, and you are ready for the abrupt transformation that will change everything. Throughout this final phase, I need your unwavering confidence. Even when the situation appears to be dire, it is critical to maintain faith. It is critical to resist the urge to abandon the project before reaching the finish line. It is not the right time to relax. It is not the appropriate time to lower one's level of alertness. It is more important than ever to believe fully, pray deeply, and persevere. The adversary is more eager than ever to see you surrender, knowing that the breakthrough is near. Keep him from achieving victory. You are too close. This season, every step you take represents a step toward change. Heaven advances your interests with every prayer you offer. Every time someone declares their faith, the spiritual atmosphere changes. You give up control every time you choose to rely on me rather than your circumstances, and this is extremely beneficial. There is no waste. Every aspect is noteworthy. Continue uninterrupted. You'll be in my heart forever. I guarantee that I will never break my promise to you. I remain steadfast in my commitment to you. Nothing in this world can change the fact that you are mine and I am yours. I'd like you to understand a key aspect of spiritual warfare and the conflicts you're currently experiencing. It is unjust to fight the enemy. He never has and will not do so. He disregards the game rules. He disregards the regulations. He does not care about the legitimacy or timing of an action. He will strike when you are the most vulnerable or unprepared. He will use people you trust to launch an attack against you. He will take advantage of your deepest anxieties and distressing memories. To present his fabrications as accurate, he will only slightly distort the truth. Nonetheless, he is unable to fulfill his responsibilities. He is unable to outdo the blessings I have bestowed upon you. He cannot destroy what I have blessed. He is unable to stop the call that I have initiated. He is unable to halt the process that I have started. He is unable to separate you from my affection. He is unable to distinguish between you and me. He is incapable of taking your inheritance or changing your name. He has no authority over your or my possessions. My child, you were born from blood, sealed by my spirit, protected by my power, and created to fulfill my dreams. The weapons you use in combat are not crude. They aren't tangible objects. They are not identical to the weapons used in conflicts around the world. I am capable of dismantling strongholds with the help of your spiritual weapons. When you pray, you arm yourself with a weapon that the enemy cannot overcome. When you conduct worship, you create an unsuitable environment for him to live in. The truth emerges as you speak my word over your life, dismantling his deceptions. By forgiving someone who has harmed you, you can break the bonds that have kept you captive. The adversary desires that you use people as weapons against them. He wants you to become enraged, resentful, seek revenge, and defend yourself when he attacks you. This is because he understands that he can defeat you if you take action in person. Nonetheless, he is incapable of harming you if you engage in a spirit-based conflict. Use the weapons I have provided and stick to my strategy rather than your own instincts. Develop the ability to recognize his behavior and respond effectively to it. If he questions your identity, explain it. When he criticizes you, remember how much I paid for you. Please keep in mind the steps I have committed to taking if he poses a threat to your future. Don't be alarmed if he criticizes your relationship. Instead, show affection. When he attacks your health, you can rely on my presence to provide you with the necessary support and to guide you toward healing. You can count on me to provide guidance and protection for your assets as he pursues your money. I want you to be able to direct your thoughts in a way that is consistent with my truth when he addresses your mind. In this conflict, you have the necessary resources to defend yourself. You're not unarmed. You have all of the elements necessary for success. All of the armor that I gave you is now in your possession. I've equipped you with formidable weapons. I successfully implemented an effective strategy. With the exception of your decision to surrender, you are unbeatable. Furthermore, I implore you with all my heart to persevere in your efforts at this time. Persevere. Do not abandon the ground you have already gained. I'd like to discuss the significance of perseverance. When someone works hard and perseveres, something spiritual happens. Eventually, the situation will turn in your favor. A tipping point is a term that is commonly used. It frequently occurs right after a period of intense desire to surrender. It usually happens right after you think you can't take it anymore. The adversary is acutely aware that he is determined to persuade you to abandon your efforts before you achieve this goal. Your unwavering resolve enabled you to win every conflict you faced. Your perseverance during the difficult times that preceded each significant accomplishment has been the deciding factor. Each victory you've had was preceded by a period when it seemed like quitting was the best option. Nonetheless, you avoided resigning. You did not stop. You remained steadfast. You emerged victorious. The experiences you are currently having will be identical in battle. The significant progress you anticipate will proceed in the same manner. The seemingly distant victory will be realized in the same manner. Perseverance will eventually lead to success. This is an absolute certainty, not just a theoretical possibility. Perseverance isn't just a desirable quality. This is the key that allows you to make a breakthrough. It connects your current location with the destination that I have in mind for you. I've seen the transformative power of hard work in the lives of people in my community. The only reason I know these ordinary people achieved extraordinary feats is that they refused to give up. People who overcame adversity have inspired many. I have seen people defeat giants by persevering until all others gave up. Despite the fact that everyone could see the promised lands, a small group of people continued to march. You have the same capacity. Regardless of the circumstances, it is possible to survive. Even when tempted to give up, you have the strength to persevere. You never lose that strength. You can use it whenever you want because it belongs to me and flows through you. My mercy is sufficient for you. Your vulnerability strengthens my resolve. When you are most vulnerable, I am at my most powerful for you. Unleash that power. Make the most of it. Allow my power to permeate you and achieve what your own strength could never accomplish. In any case, you were not intended to win this conflict alone. It is intended to be completed with my strength and presence. Do not attempt to be as robust as possible. Instead, allow me to empower you through my presence. This is when the situation begins to improve. At that point, the ultimate victory is guaranteed. That is the point when difficult tasks become manageable. I am very proud of your commitment to your efforts thus far. I am profoundly grateful for your faith in me. It is deeply moving to me that you continued to believe in me despite what others may have perceived as a foolish decision. You are unaware of how much your perseverance has emphasized my truth and glory. You are unaware of the emotional impact that your unwavering determination has on the angels. You have no idea how much your unwavering faith in the face of adversity has helped my kingdom in ways you cannot see. Continue uninterrupted. Persevere. Persevere. Keep your faith. Persevere. Your efforts are having a significant impact. I value your loyalty. Your stance is crucial. Furthermore, you are closer to progress than ever before. I'd like to show you what happens after this conflict. I am eager to demonstrate the nature of your life now that you have made significant progress. I do not intend to inconvenience or torment you with what you have yet to learn. Rather, I want to provide you with a focal point and a sense of direction as you continue to progress. Peace is on the other side of this conflict. Genuine tranquility. This does not imply that there are no challenges, but rather that I am at peace, as are those who endure. Inexplicable tranquility. The tranquility that guards your mind and heart. A state of calm that allows you to sleep at night and go about your day without the anxiety and fear that has previously held you back. Happiness awaits on the other side of this conflict. Joy. Not happiness, which changes with the seasons. However, the profound and long-lasting joy of truly knowing me is waiting. This joy is affirmed by my acknowledgement of you. The joy that is resistant to the occurrence of negative events. Sudden and unexpected happiness. Joy emanates from within and spreads to everyone. Furthermore, the conflict serves a profound purpose. A compelling, well-defined rationale for participating in an activity that wakes you up in the morning and keeps you going all day. A goal that clarifies the entirety of your experiences. Every experience, skill, and relationship will have a lasting and meaningful impact. A reason for being that gives your life purpose beyond your wildest dreams. There is plenty of food on the other side of the conflict. Not just enough to survive, but enough to generously share with others. Blessings of provision await you, allowing you to help others without being concerned about your own needs. Resources will come from unexpected places, and favor will create opportunities and open doors you never knew existed. Relationships exist on the opposite side of this conflict. Relationships that are nurturing and healthy. People who appreciate you for your inherent qualities. Individuals who are proud of your accomplishments and confident in your calling. Individuals who motivate you, expand your knowledge, and assist you in your personal development. A neighborhood that elicits feelings of domesticity. A connection that satisfies your soul's deepest desires. Following this conflict, you will be blessed with a sense of renewed well-being. Your body's strength will increase. Your mind will be uncluttered. Your emotions will achieve balance and stability. In addition, you will have enough energy to complete all of the tasks that I have assigned to you. Energy for the opportunities ahead of us, as well as healing from previous wounds. I have devised the following for you. This is why the effort was worthwhile. Do not turn back when you feel it is guiding you forward. It is intended to encourage you to persevere in the face of adversity, even if the conflict appears to be unresolvable. A true and higher perspective awaits you. A major breakthrough is on the horizon. Everything I have told you will be available to you. Allow yourself to accept these truths. Draw strength from your commitment. Discover the power of your determination. Allow the unwavering truth that I love you to serve as the rock on which you stand as you face each challenge and overcome every obstacle. You will overcome it. A major breakthrough is on the horizon. Your objective will be achieved. You will be victorious. It's not because you might or hope. Not if everything goes as planned. Because I said so, it will occur. Furthermore, my words have meaning. The breakthrough will occur as predicted. Furthermore, I am incapable of abandoning my commitments. You will reach your goal thanks to my meticulous planning. In addition, I cannot change my plans. Maintain that certainty. It is intended to boost your confidence. Allow it to clear any doubts. Allow it to remove any uncertainty. Allow it to drown out your adversary's lies. In all honesty, you will win. However, reality dictates that progress is imminent. In reality, your goal will be accomplished. I am truly with you. There is nothing that can stop you. Before I end this message, I'd like to speak directly and from the heart to the part of you that continues to reject all of the information presented. This component has built barriers around itself to keep hope from entering after being disappointed numerous times. The part of you that wants to believe, but is afraid of being disappointed again. I see that in you. I understand why those walls exist. I also want to express truth and compassion to the wounded part of you. You've previously been injured. Despite your firm beliefs, you have previously been disappointed. You had previously harbored aspirations that were eventually dashed. You've previously placed your trust in someone only to be disappointed. I am aware of all of this. Every time an error occurred, I was there. I witnessed the end of all hope. Every trust was broken, and seeing your pain broke my heart every time. However, I want you to understand one important aspect of disappointment. There are different types of disappointments. You will occasionally be disappointed when you place your trust in the wrong person or object. Expecting something that was not promised can cause feelings of disappointment. Some disappointment stems from timing issues. However, being disappointed after placing your trust in me is an unusual experience. Because each time I disappoint you, it is only for a short while. People are not always truthful, so you felt betrayed when someone you trusted let you down. The disappointment that results from placing one's trust in circumstances that do not work out is unpleasant. This is because the situation is inherently unstable and unpredictable. However, if I have let you down, please know that the story is far from over. What you perceived as denial was more than just a delay. The rejection was not due to a lack of patience. The word no was frequently interpreted as not yet, or not in that manner. You can't see the timeline of my loyalty. Events that you perceive as disappointments frequently appear to me as perfectly timed. Please allow me to earn your trust once more. I understand the gravity of that fear. I am aware that your experiences have strengthened your heart. I understand that the numerous disappointments you have faced have lowered your optimism. However, I am not like the people or things that disappoint you. I am incapable of deception. I am incapable of failing. Unlike everyone else, I cannot withdraw my commitment. I feel affection for you. Have some faith in yourself. You do not have to complete the entire jump at once. It is not necessary to demolish all of your walls at once. Open a small window. Allow a little light to enter. Could you give yourself another chance to believe? Smallness is irrelevant. One straightforward act of trust will inevitably lead to another, and then another. When you realize that the walls designed to protect you have actually slowed your progress. As those walls are torn down, you will rediscover a sense of freedom and joy that you had previously forgotten existed. I will be patient as you go through this procedure. I am unsure whether you will immediately place your complete trust in me. I understand the importance of reestablishing trust. Faith must be restored gradually and wounds must be healed. Until the evidence is conclusive and the trust is unbreakable, I will continue to demonstrate my loyalty to you. I implore you to give me the opportunity. Please inform me of your intention to stay together. Maintain your focus, practice active listening, and take incremental, faith-based actions. I'll conclude. I have found a strong correlation between the objective I assign to you and all of the topics we have discussed. It is associated with your perseverance, because you cannot achieve your goal if you do not persist in the face of adversity. It is associated with your recovery, as injured warriors are unable to perform at their peak. It is contingent on your level of trust in me, as trust is required for relationships to function successfully. Everything is interconnected. Each component works in conjunction with the others. There is nothing that prevents you from reaching the destination I desire. That goal goes beyond simply achieving something or being somewhere. It's a state of being. This is how you live. This is a lifestyle you cannot abandon because it is the result of my actions, not your circumstances. When a person achieves their destiny, they will experience a transformation. This is not the result of a problem with your personality. It is due to your transformation into a completely different being. The difficulties you are currently facing are preparing your soul for a level of happiness you have never known, the ability to make a significant impact you never thought possible, and a relationship with me you have never had before. When you reach your destination, you will reflect with empathy, compassion for your pain, and gratitude for your strength. You will know that every tear was well spent. You'll see that each challenge was worthwhile. You will notice that each time you were tempted to give up but chose to persevere was a victory that helped you get closer to your goal. I will be by your side throughout this expedition. I will help you walk when you are unable to do so, advocate for you when you are unable to fight, and believe in you when you are unable to believe. You are never really alone. You will not be left unattended. There is perpetual optimism because there is always someone or something willing to help. I will always be by your side as your loving Father, true friend, and powerful Savior. It is critical that you allow this truth to completely permeate your being. Allow it to heal the wounds that doubt has caused. Allow it to reignite the optimism that disappointment had extinguished. Allow it to restore the trust that betrayal has destroyed. I agree with your assessment. I'm by your side. I am presently working on your behalf. I won't abandon you. Brave people are ascending. Individuals who are courageous advocate for their beliefs. The warriors are unwavering in their determination to use their weapons and refuse to surrender. You're one of them. You've always been one of them. Something within you refused to give. Not even when you were unsure, vulnerable, or considering surrender. My spirit is that entity, and it resides within you. It can be extremely empowering to discover strength and courage that you were previously unaware you had. Wake up, brave child. Take pride in the authority I've bestowed on you. Please join the army of people who are firm in their resolve. Your goal was to achieve victory. You were designed for success. Your victory was unavoidable, and you and I will overcome every challenge, fulfill every obligation, and keep every promise by banding together, fighting, and sticking to our principles. This is not the end of your narrative. The most thrilling aspect is yet to be realized. Please remember that this is the struggle before the victory, the battle before the breakthrough, and the darkness before the light. The most intriguing elements are yet to be revealed. You have not yet been in the most advantageous situation. A significant amount of happiness is yet to be experienced. I'm calling out to you and encouraging you to become the person I created you to be because you're still on track to accomplish everything that's best for you. Be brave, my darling child. Become the warrior I have shaped you to be. It is critical that you have self-assurance when confronted with the future and your adversaries. Avoid retreating. Persevere. Persevere. Not at this time. Never. The most thrilling aspect is quickly approaching. Hold on for a moment. I implore you to put more trust in me. Continue to hold your conviction for another day. You will soon see for yourself the results of the advice I have been giving for quite some time. The assurance continues to be valid. Genuineness is the goal. It is certain that they will be successful. Persevere. Observe my movements and perform a brave act. I have one last assignment for you to complete before you leave. Distribute this message. To share this video with a friend, family member, or on social media, simply click the share button. For what reason? As a result of the powerful impact that spreading a message of hope and strength can have. Motivating others generates positive energy. They too may find motivation and a renewed sense of purpose, just as you did. They may share a similar optimism, which may inspire them to embark on their own path to recovery or better well-being. Furthermore, I guarantee that when you serve as a source of positivity for others, you will often find that your own path becomes clearer. Please spread this message quickly. Act as a conduit for light. Please notify all individuals about this matter and then evaluate my behavior in your life. If this message spoke to you and encouraged you to persevere, please consider sharing it. I'm grateful. Someone else is probably hearing these words right now. Someone close to you is about to give up. You never know. This message might serve as motivation for them to persevere. In the comments section, type Amen to publicly declare that you will never give up. You are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. It is critical to maintain your faith as you advance. It is important to remember that you have family and friends. You can be certain that God will continue to support you. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound reality. It is no coincidence that this message has been disclosed. This is not just a coincidence. This message is for you, encouraging you to embrace your innate strength and purpose, cultivating a mindset in which divine abundance is more than just a hope, but a possible reality that you can strive for. This spiritual concept is simple, but it has the potential to transform your life. It is possible that blessings will manifest in unexpected ways, permeating many aspects of your life. Seize this opportunity to cultivate the inner strength and wisdom that will serve as a guide on your journey. You now have the opportunity to create an inner sacred space where you can receive unwavering support, spiritual guidance, and consistent progress toward your goals. Do not pass up the opportunity to realize your full potential. Your victory is approaching. It is critical that action is taken. Your abundance is ready. This message comes to you at a time when your spirit may be tired, your heart is searching for answers in solitude, and you sense a moving force around you without understanding why. This message is critical and urgent, as spiritual teachings are frequently used as sources of guidance. From a spiritual standpoint, it is believed that a significant communication is on the way, one that could reveal knowledge that has been hidden for a long time. It is advised to proceed with caution, because the nature of this communication may be transient or the specifics may appear to fluctuate. In the absence of preparation, such revelations can disrupt one's peace, as indicated by a spiritual warning. However, if you are spiritually sensitive, the path may become more clear. God intends for you to be secure, composed, and consistent. You are encouraged to have faith that you are divinely protected, that spiritual support is available, and that God's hand is on your life. Please take note of the following regarding this message. It is understood that this message refers to a sensation you have been experiencing but have yet to verify. In a spiritual sense, it is assumed that there was someone who believed they could keep information from you by pretending disinterest and hoping you wouldn't notice. Nevertheless, God is aware of the secrets people keep. The truth is self-evident. The reality is audible. Reality is calling. When the adversary is convinced that they have won, the truth emerges. From a spiritual standpoint, it is possible that significant communication is associated with someone who has been involved in activities behind your back. They may be concerned that the deception they have perpetrated is about to unravel. There is a sense that the truth is on its way, and that the confidentiality of hidden information may no longer be guaranteed. As a result, the energy around them may appear unstable, restless, or strained. The communication you may receive is interpreted as a divine revelation from a spiritual standpoint. It is expected that any actions taken against you without your consent will be disclosed. According to spiritual insight, the silence has caused you pain. You are feeling an excessive sense of burden as a result of the situation. You were once unsure who you could trust. Nonetheless, the heavens formulated your rescue plan before the crisis began. It is believed that divine timing ensures that nothing can be avoided forever. Lies cannot conceal the truth. No betrayal can escape God's justice. From a spiritual perspective, this period of communication and revelation is viewed as predetermined and based on a divine purpose. Your spirit has recently been awakened by the conviction that an event is imminent, according to spiritual understanding. This message marks the beginning of a revelation. A transformation is about to occur. With the start of a new chapter, it is believed that God will not only reveal the hidden, but also provide relief from the anguish that has been inflicted on you behind your back. God is believed to have seen every tear you shed during a time when no one could understand it. Your tenacity was recognized, despite the heartbreak. Even when others perplexed you, He recognized your loyalty. In a spiritual sense, it is recognized that you have carried a burden that was not yours. You were confronted with relationships and circumstances that did not meet your standards for transparency and respect. Divine intervention is believed to be imminent, and God appreciates your exceptional patience. You may currently feel that peace and clarity are becoming more accessible to you. I want you to have a genuine dialogue with God. This is an opportunity to connect with your faith. Consider a word that has a deep impact on you, one that speaks to you. The act of writing Amen is more than just a routine. It can also be a declaration that you are willing to accept the truth as it is revealed. Maintain your conviction and ensure that it is distinct. Adopt the belief that the spiritual realm confirms your agreement with heaven. As you reflect, remember that angels are thought to be actively involved in revealing the truth to you and responding to your faith. These spiritual occurrences strengthen your heart in anticipation of future revelations. Heaven is preparing to make an appearance. You're not alone. God assures us that there is no cause for alarm. You are advised to have faith that you will be guided through any difficult situations. Do not be alarmed by this message. There is great concern for your safety. Your health is extremely important to God. He gives you a sense of peace. He wants you to win. Spiritually, it is believed that the person involved in this unfolding situation has been deliberating whether to reveal the truth or keep it hidden. They may be facing the consequences of their actions. Karma is gaining recognition. It is believed that God's justice is currently in action. These individuals may be concerned because they believe you are almost certain to discover the truth. This substantial communication is viewed as opening a spiritual door. You've been considering this question in the back of your mind. You may begin to understand the underlying causes of an individual's distinctive behavior, behavioral changes, and perceived distance. When you ask straightforward questions, you may discover that a particular action was not intended to benefit you. Nevertheless, God confirms your right to the truth. At the moment, you may feel tense in your spirit as your soul recognizes that this is a time for revelation. There is no reason to be alarmed. God is preparing you based on spiritual guidance. The purpose of this message is to help you stay calm in the face of intense communication. There is no reason for concern. You do not experience a collapse. Instead, you remain composed. We encourage you to recognize that these events are happening in accordance with a divine plan. The adversary sought disorder, but God maintained that heaven desired clarity. The adversary's goal was to cause you anguish. However, God is protecting you. Your adversary attempted to undermine your focus. However, God has strengthened you once more. The goal of this unfolding revelation is not to harm you, but rather to free you. Its goal is to highlight actions that have been harmful to you. When clarity emerges, your intuition may serve as confirmation of all the details, as guided by God. In a spiritual sense, it is hypothesized that there is someone who claimed to love you but secretly harmed your well-being. They assumed you weren't aware. They believed you were deaf. They were unaware of your devotion to God. The darkness conceals what the heavens are whispering. In a spiritual sense, it implies that this person may have spoken with another person about you, and your name may have been abused in an attempt to harm your reputation or blessings. However, they were unaware that God cares about each of His children. According to God's teachings, those who intend to harm you will